But first, Gene starts with the new Sylvester Stallone thriller, Nighthawks.
Nighthawks represents the latest attempt by Sylvester Stallone to break free of his Rocky Balboa character, and I think he's perfectly acceptable in Nighthawks. As a New York detective assigned to track down and capture a vicious international terrorist, Stallone's partner in Nighthawks is Billy D. Williams. Both characters are quite theatrical, and they're not the reason I enjoyed the film. The reason is I got caught up in hating the terrorist and very much wanted to see this guy stopped. That's why I was rooting for Stallone and Williams here as they chased the terrorist through a subway train. The terrorist escapes and ends up taking some hostages in an aerial tramway swinging over New York's East River. He shoots one hostage, and then he summons Stallone to the hijacked cable car and gives him a message for the press.
How do you feel? Helpless? Could have cut the cable. It's a long way down.
Why'd you kill the woman?
I wanted to.
So why don't you kill me?
In due time. We're not that different, Deke. I do not enjoy killing, but it's my job. Someone has to do it. I represent oppressed victims who have nothing. I speak only for them. I'm their voice. I'm a liberator.
You think you're a liberator?
It fascinates you.
It does.
The child. Come on. Come on. Give it to me.
Please be careful.
Sit down. This is for the press. Now, you may drop the child.
Oh, no.
Don't drop this.
You'll be all right. What if you don't win this time?
Try again. Shaka, lower him.
Please be careful.
Think that's a bit melodramatic? I agree. It's unlikely that a professional terrorist who craves anonymity would ever seek out a one-to-one, face-to-face duel with a detective. And yet I can't deny I was caught up in the chase elements of Nighthawks. My explanation is that the reality of terrorism is so great in real life that this film cleverly exploits our desire to do something about the problem, and so we root for Stallone and Williams to simply stop that guy. And it's on that basis that I like Nighthawks.
Well, Gene, I disagree. I can't recommend the film. I don't think the reality of terrorism is so great in this film. For one thing, the terrorist belongs to no identified organization or cause.
But Roger,
he's a generic brand
wait a minute.
terrorist.
He is supposed to be that. It is very clear that this film was not supposed to make us question whether terrorist activity should exist. It's not a political film. It's a straight thriller.
I think that's just a cop-out by the people who wrote the film. I have some other problems.
That's what they wanted to do.
I don't think that two ordinary beat cops would be allowed to run all the negotiations with a terrorist. I can't believe that Stallone should have been his character so dumb that when the guy is in a cable car with a machine gun, Stallone gets in a helicopter and approaches him and hovers 20 feet away in the helicopter where he could be shot down. And also, at the beginning of the film and again at the end, Stallone dresses up in drag in order to catch a killer. In both cases, the killer, luckily, doesn't notice Stallone's beard. I think this is a really deep movie.
Well, I don't think it's a deep movie. I don't think it's trying to be. I think it's trying to be an urban thriller, and I think it gives us a villain that we want to see caught, and that's where I think it works.
I agree with you that it's trying to be an urban thriller.
Okay.
We disagreed on Nighthawks, the new Sylvester Stallone thriller. Gene got involved in the showdown with a terrorist. I thought he was a terrorist without a cause.